If anyone had told Onari that the man she cast out for refusing to shift during rush hour would become her husband, she would have slammed the bus door on their face. But Lagos had jokes. Onari Bomoebi, 31, former pageant queen turned Trotro driver after her father's mysterious death, wasn't just beautiful, she was magnetic. Every day, she drove her silver Hiace from Ojulegba to Lekki with acrylic nails, pink braids, and Bluetooth speaker playing Aerostar. One Friday, she picked up a man wearing no Rolex, no ego, and a faded brown kaftan. He had the audacity to ask for change with a smirk.
"You don't look like you need change, Oga."
He winked.
"You don't look like a woman I can forget."
His name, Zayyan Obiora Mokanjula. She didn't know he owned 3 private jets and 17 offshore companies. She also didn't know he was being hunted, not by EFCC, but by his past wives. And still, he kept coming. Same bus, same seat, same smirk. When he asked her to dinner, she laughed. When he showed up with a G-Wagon to take her there, she nearly crashed her Trotro. By the end of the year, they were married in a secret beach wedding in Badagry. No phones. No press. Just vows, diamonds, and one big hidden secret. Onari was living what Nigerians call a soft life. First-class flights. Shopping sprees in Dubai. Her ex-classmates turned followers called her Queen of the Streets to Sweet. Zayyan bought her a skincare brand and a mansion in Banana Island. But he had one rule: never ask questions about his work. He said he ran tech ventures and oil portfolios. She believed him. Until the Ibadan incident. She overheard a call, late at night, when Zayyan thought she was asleep.
"Move the funds to Port Harcourt before EFCC starts sniffing. And tell Mirabelle to shut up or I'll leak the tapes."
Mirabelle, Port Harcourt, what funds?
Onari pretended she didn't hear. But she stopped smiling in pictures. She hired a private investigator using money from her skincare business. What came back was sickening. Zayyan had faked his entire origin story. He wasn't born in Ibadan. He wasn't even an Obiora. His real name was Ekanam Dogo JNR, ex-419 kingpin turned corporate comedian. But it got worse. He had a secret family, wife, twin daughters, in South Africa, and another business wife in Dubai. And Onari, she was wife number 4. Onari spiraled. She drank Hennessy from the bottle, trashed her vanity room, and told her house staff to act blind. But she didn't leave. Why? Because her PI also found something else. She wasn't just Zayyan's wife. She was listed as CEO of one of his dummy corporations, the same company laundering billions through skincare exports. If he went down, so did she. So she played the game, became the perfect arm candy, attended gala events, kissed him for the cameras. Meanwhile, she was building a digital trail of receipts behind his back, bank transfers, encrypted voice memos, and shady real estate deeds. But she needed a final blow. So she reached out to Mirabelle. Mirabelle was no side chick. She was the fixer. Zayyan's dirty broom. She had everything. But she had a price. "Give me $5 million and I'll burn his whole life." Onari didn't blink. She wired it. And what Mirabelle gave her would turn Nigeria upside down. The night of Zayyan's 40th birthday bash was a Lagos spectacle. Rolls Royces lined the street. Fuji bands played, and the champagne didn't stop flowing. Onari glided in wearing a gold sequin dress, every flashbulb catching her like a goddess. Beside her, Zayyan smiled with that politician's grin, hiding the fact that his empire was a house of cards. Mirabelle was there too, hiding in plain sight, dressed like smoke in a silk black gown, watching the stage with a smirk only Onari could decode. Halfway through the night, Onari kissed Zayyan for the crowd, but her hands trembled. She knew the files Mirabelle had given her could turn this ballroom into a war zone. Then the MC called Zayyan to the stage for his big speech. As he raised his glass, his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, an email from an anonymous sender. His smile cracked. Onari watched him freeze. She knew what he saw, the leaked documents. Bank accounts. Shell companies. Properties in Dubai. The crowd cheered, but Zayyan's voice faltered. And then, boom. The projectors lit up, displaying his dirty secrets for the entire Lagos elite to see. Gasps, shouts, women fainted. Zayyan dropped the mic, sweat pouring, as Onari kept her face frozen in a perfect doll smile. In that moment, everyone knew this wasn't a birthday party. It was an execution. While Lagos buzzed about the leaked files, Onari stayed quiet, hiding behind designer shades as paparazzi stalked her every move. But deep inside, the Trotro driver in her never died. She remembered the dusty mornings, the passengers who trusted her, the honesty it took to count coins at Ojulegbe without cheating. Zayyan, however, had built his kingdom on lies. Offshore accounts, fake charities, inflated contracts, everything was a mask. One night, Onari confronted him in their marble kitchen, the smell of pepper soup thick in the air. "Tell me the truth, Zayyan. Did you ever love me, or was I just your perfect cover?" He froze, gripping his glass so hard it shattered in his palm. Blood dripped onto the tiles, but he didn't answer. Instead, he whispered, "Without me, you'd still be driving that Trotro." Onari's heart cracked, but not from pain. From clarity. She finally knew the truth. Zayyan had married her not for love, but because she was the perfect disguise, humble beginnings to polish his dirty billions. And now, the woman he underestimated was ready to bury him. Onari called a press conference at Eco Hotel, dressed not like the billionaire's wife, but like the Trotro driver she once was, plain encore wrapper, no makeup. The hall was packed, reporters, socialites, even former Trotro passengers who remembered her from the Ojulegbe route. Zayyan arrived late, in his crisp border, still trying to wear pride like a crown. His bandaged hand shook as he waved. When Onari stepped to the microphone, the room went silent. She didn't cry. She didn't tremble. Instead, she told the truth. About his fraud. His shell companies. The years of laundering. And worst of all, how he had used her name as a cover, trapping her in his empire of lies. Gasps filled the hall, but Onari wasn't finished. She ended with a single line. He thought marrying a Trotro driver would hide his sins. Instead, it is a Trotro driver who unmasks him. The crowd erupted. Cameras flashed like thunder. Zayyan's face crumbled, his mask gone, his empire collapsing in real time. Onari walked out of the hall without looking back, stepping into a waiting silver Trotro bus, the very kind she once drove. As the bus pulled into the Lagos traffic, she smiled, not because she won, but because she remembered who she truly was.